I remember one time when I was a little kid, my dad woke me up in the middle of the night because he wanted to show me this new bed that he had made. I was so excited to see it, and he wrote me a nice message on it. It said, "To my son, sweet dreams." And I wrote my name next to it, and he put the date of 1990. And I used that bed up until I graduated from college. And now that I'm a father, I want to refinish the furniture so that my daughter can use it. And while I'm not really a fan of getting rid of the natural oak look and color, to repaint over it with white, I talked to my dad and he said he was okay with it as long as it was being used. So here we go. The first thing I had to do was remove the hardware. After that, I wiped everything down with some denatured alcohol. I then sanded everything down with some 120 grit sandpaper. While I was sanding, I would always think about what would be used for the best grain filler. I looked online and saw everything from wood putty to plaster to Bondo. I ended up settling on Timbermate's wood filler. This was water based, non toxic, came out like a putty, so I had to water it down a bit to make a bit of a slurry. At that point, I would paint it on, sand it, and then paint it on again. So to fill this silence, I figured I'd add some background music. Unfortunately, YouTube comes after people for copyrights, and I didn't want the video taken down before you could see it. So I decided to try and use the theme music from Leisure Suit Larry. So let's see how that goes. Well, that was annoying. Let's try something different. Finally, time to prime and sand. I wanted to paint everything at the same time, so I put the nightstands aside and started to work on the bed. I wanted to keep where my dad originally wrote his message, so I decided not to paint over that area. Okay, wake up, because it's time for the final coat. And after that, it was time to put the hardware back on and assemble the bed. Now back to those nightstands. I originally wanted to finish and paint them all at the same time, but the nightstands were a little rough, so they had to be resanded a bit. It was time to attach the new hardware. Since I filled the old holes up, I used this guide to find out where to put the new holes. Since the handles on top were the same type of hardware, I just use a drill to drill out the holes a bit more. With one nightstand done, it was ready to finish the next one. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally able to put the remaining hardware on the last nightstand. Here it is with its final result. So it went from this to this, and from this to this.